So let's think about some of the causes in the variation in our demand and our capacity. There is always variability, and how much we have and how unpredictable it is has huge consequences for us. Recognizing it and understanding its impact, and then us directing our efforts to reducing it, is a major role of operations and supply chain managers. So let's take demand first. Some of the causes of variation of demand. Well, first of all, there's seasonality. We sell more ice creams in the summer and more skis in the winter. The differences in the demand over the seasons can be huge, but also it can be quite predictable, which is on our side. Then there's things like fashion, influencers, what's trending. Now, some trends take quite a long time, but others we want to be able to react really quickly. And the business that can react fastest to a new trend stands to make big gains. Maybe something changes that affects how much disposable income our customers have. If we sell luxury goods and all of a sudden people don't feel like they have so much spare cash, that could take a bit of a dive. Likewise, there are sometimes simply really big, sudden, unpredictable world events. I can think of one of those. Something else that could really affect our own demand is one of our competitors, another supplier, having big operational problems of their own. And all of a sudden we get loads of inquiries from their old customers. Something else might be a promotion. If our marketing department have launched a big campaign and suddenly there's a lot more advertisement, maybe demand for our services go up, and that can catch the operations part of the business a bit unawares. And finally, there is simple randomness. Nothing is ever perfectly flat. There is natural, unknown, random variation. Now, let's think about some of the things that affect the variation in our own capacity. Well, first of all, there is process variation. Imagine if we hand make something, it could take us more time one time and a little bit less time another. There's simply variation. Maybe our equipment will have breakdowns. It happens. Then there's things like our labour availability. If maybe some critical people are off sick or they're just not available to us. This is similar to the worker skill levels we have. Either they're less skillful or maybe just the less trained individuals are available. There's, of course, a whole host of unusual problems. But things like business disruptions, maybe the big divisional boss is coming to visit and everyone's in a bit of a knot trying to get ready to look good for him. Similarly, maybe we have an audit or a big project going on which is taking resources away from our capacity to produce part of our business. There's also our own scheduling decisions. Maybe there's a priority order that's run late and we have to push through the system. This causes all kinds of disruption to the rest of the schedule. Then there's simple things like we made mistakes. That time we spent making all these rejects is gone. And of course, there's even things like the weather. Some processes could be very dependent on the temperature and humidity, and those could be really important to the time our process takes, and therefore our capacity changes.